Hmm. Hi there, I'm Bonnie Serratore with Spiritual Acceleration. I want to share some information about a group energy clearing called, it's a series called Take It to the Grave. Okay? So, hi Cynthia. Yeah, take it to the grave. Grudges. Not what we want to be doing, taking our stuff with us. We already got enough stuff to carry over. So, I just want to explain a little bit about the carryover process, how that works. Basically, when you have an angst, when you have something that's happened in your world that causes you to have either heartache, heartbreak, resentments, feeling like victimized, feeling hurt by others, judged by others, betrayed by others, we can have grudges. Okay, so basically, all these emotions, this is how it gets carried over. All the emotions that you have, that you're feeling, that you're not feeling all the way. Okay, that's the key. So you have all these emotions that you have, but you're not really surrendering to them. So a lot of people will have like something happen in their life, and they'll be upset about it, but and then they'll be kind of like swimming in an emotion. They never go deep, but it's like a constant feeling that's always there. Okay, so when you do that, what's happened is you have a lot of emotion that you're not feeling, and because of that really deep emotion that you're not feeling, that emotion gets anchored in to your subconscious. Okay, until you go in and feel it and know it. That's what, like, know it. You have to know it. And how you know it is you surrender to the emotion, soften to it, drop into it, let it just become everything. You become the emotion. Then you're knowing it at a soul level. Your soul is experiencing that emotion. When you do that, the energy unravels. Okay, so how did I discover this? Okay, this is how I discovered it. So back in the 80s, 90s, when they had the Renaissance Center, people, it was all in person. People would come in, have an issue. So put them on a table. Back then I put people on a massage table, and then I could, work the body, feel stuff. I can really see a lot more when I put my hands on the body. And I would have people, like there'd be an emotion, okay? So they would go into that emotion and they would feel it. And those that literally completely surrendered to it, and the energy, they felt it all the way. I could watch the energy literally unravel. Okay, I watched their energy, that emotional energy, leave the body. Okay, when they were done, they no longer had that same feeling, same thought, same reaction, same belief. It was over. So after working with thousands of people, okay, I figured it out. Oh, this is true for everyone, everyone. And the other piece of this is in the 80s, when I started my journey, 1984, of really coming in and healing, I did know that by feeling these emotions, they would leave. Okay. I didn't realize that it was true for everyone. I thought just for myself, oh, feel, unravel. Sorry. And I felt different. I was shifted. I was changed. Okay. So I started working with people, and like 1984 is when I actually was, doing my own healing work, but I was also doing things like readings and, psychic kind of stuff. But I professionally, when I started really working with people, it was 1986. So, but basically I've had, been doing something my entire life. But basically, I always was tracking stuff. I do my own stuff and I track it in others. And in doing that with thousands of people, clearly it was true and real. So, my book, The Way Back Home, is literally based on that process, using life, using your reactions to activate an emotion, then you can start to feel it. The key is to surrender to it, okay? So, coming back to here now in this lifetime, if you've got grudges, those grudges don't just go away. The emotions that are in that energy, in the grudges, stays with you. And if you don't clear it, you'll be carrying it with you into your next incarnation. Now, here's what happens when you carry energy over. Sorry, but I caught someone's sore throat and cold, okay? So what happens when you don't go through and you got all these emotions, okay, you're going to carry them over. They're still lodged in your subconscious. They're not going away. They don't go away. You come into the world, you're born again. Of course, you pick the perfect parents. They're going to help to activate that core wounding. You're going to find the perfect people, relationships, friends to activate the core wounding. Okay, because your soul levels are trying to get you to go through it. So the soul, the incarnating soul, can actually know these feelings, know itself in these emotions, which is God creator consciousness, knowing itself in all ways, expanding and growing, discovering. So the energy is lodged in the body until you literally go through it. Okay. Here's the good news. Okay. It was in 2004. 2004 was when things shifted as far as being able to release energy, like spinning it out, okay? And then as the years went by, getting really good at going into the depths of emotion and being able to clear out almost all the emotion, okay? So sometimes what can happen for someone is you get a clearing and literally all that emotion can be lifted out and it's gone and over, okay? If you don't do that, then you're going to have to feel it, go through it. That's the process. That's how it works. Soul needs to know itself in these ways. So in the carryover, it's going to stay anchored in until you heal it and clear it. It's going to stay anchored in and for lifetimes, for eternity. It'll never leave till you know it. So some people wonder, okay, well, if you clear out the energy, how is the person going to know it? Okay. Well, what happens is in that journey, you actually, so many times of coming in and feeling it, on some level, you're getting a sense of, the soul gets a sense of what this is. It feels it. It's just that you're not surrendering and letting go. Okay. But at the same time, when I start spinning it out, you are aware of it. Sometimes what will happen is memories will come, past life memories will come. You'll see different faces, all kinds of different cool things will happen. So we're also in a new paradigm. And with the new paradigm, everything is shifting and changing so that we're not having to experience the horrendous experiences that we've had, the traumas and the shocks, the crisis, the despairs, all of that. So as we're moving into the new paradigm, that light is also activating these really dark places of the soul, all these deep emotional places where you got hurt, and it's breaking it up, shattering it, breaking it up. That's also why I can spin it out, is because it is breaking it up, okay? And in a sense, yes, you've done it so many times, like probably lifetime-wise, you've done it almost every lifetime, the same old. Like if you have an abandonment issue or a rejection issue still happening, then you haven't gone through it, okay? But you've done it like hundreds of times, okay? So now what's happening with the new paradigm, it's like releasing these energy frequencies, dissolving, neutralizing, then we spin them out, okay? So in a sense, yeah, you've gone through it, but the only difference is there wasn't that, like when I was doing it, it meant the complete surrender, lose the mind, drop the mind, become the emotion, and then you could then it would start to release, okay? So now you can still do that. This is how you can do your own emotional energy. Okay. So it's pretty awesome. It's not like some easy little thing. You know, it sounds easy. Yeah, I'm gonna go do my feeling emotional work. Yeah, right. For most people, you've trained your body to shut down. Don't go there. Okay. But you know, if you are able to master that frequency or that ability to surrender, major shifts will happen. Okay. So coming back to the group clearing coming up on Friday tomorrow. It's on grudges. Okay, so in your world, we all hold grudges on with someone. It could be our parents, could be friends, could be spouses, doesn't matter. We hold grudges. It doesn't go away. So by clearing them out, you're no longer haunted with these mind thoughts that keep spinning stories or spinning thoughts and causing emotions when you feel all these emotions, all these grudges that you're having. So what would life be like if you didn't have all that emotion that's in your body around grudges? What would life be like? Okay? Liberation, man. Got it? Free from that angst. Oh, but wait. Oh, there's probably 10 more you got to deal with, but it's okay. You learn now, okay? Sorry, guys. If you go out into the world around people that are sick, unfortunately, you catch it. Sorry. Okay, hang on. This is Cynthia. It's my girl, Cynthia. Yeah. Okay. So if we release all grudges, we'll never attract experiences that would cause one to feel that way ever again, right? So break the cycle. Yes and no. Hang on. Let me explain this. Here's what happens. People are always going to be doing stuff, okay? People are messed up. People are damaged. See, people are asleep, okay? So what happens is you will stop attracting things and people that are going to activate that feeling of grudges, you know, where you have a resentment, you're holding a grudge, okay, where you just keep wanting to hurt somebody or can't let go of the story. What happens is once that angst, remember, it's carried over in lifetimes, okay? So when it's gone, because you've gone through it and you know it, the soul level knows it, or it's been spun out like we're going to do tomorrow. And what happens is you no longer have that angst in your body. There's no longer a magnetic attraction. Remember, energy attracts like energy. Like if you got a wounding in here, you're going to draw the perfect people to activate that wound. When that wound doesn't exist, you're not going to be pulling it to you. Okay, so yes, the severity, the frequency will stop. And here's what also happens. When something does happen that you would normally be holding resentment and holding a grudge, there's no feeling, there's no reaction. People, this is what's so awesome about this work, is that when you clear something up, you could be witnessing the same thing, or exact same thing could be happening, but there's no longer a reaction. I call that liberation from within, okay? You're liberated from within. It's over. Okay, so no matter what, it's like there's nothing there. You have no feeling there. You're just like, whoa, all righty then. Another stupid human. We're all like stupid humans, okay? So, cleaning up energy, people, clearing out energy is like what we do at Spiritual Acceleration, Bonnie Serratore, is we go after the core and we unravel that. The key is get all the pieces and it's over. Yeah, so what you break the cycle. That's what happens. At a soul level, you break the cycle. This is what we're doing now, people. You need to understand this, or you don't understand it, okay? The new paradigm. You cannot be born into the new paradigm if you're holding on to lots of darkness, darkness is grudges, resentments, hatreds, victimizations, for me, why me, your fault, blame, blame, okay? So when you release these energies, because what's happening is this world, planet Earth, is moving into fifth dimensional living being, and it's the new paradigm. It's no longer going to be about the greed and the hatred and the resentments and the punishments and the judgments and the belief systems and religions, all that crap that people buy into. It's all going to fall away. Okay, we're not fully in the new paradigm yet, people. Okay, we got another 149 years before we're landed in it, and that's what we're living. Until then, we're still cleaning up. Like what you're seeing right now has to happen. Okay, I don't care whether you believe what's happening is good or bad. It doesn't matter what you believe. This is the divine plan unfolding. Okay, and we are going through the purging. We're bringing to the surface all the resentments, all the dark stuff. Okay, all of it, the pedophilia, the sexual things that people sex trading, all that dark, ugly stuff, behaviors and the greed and the selfishness and the heartlessness. It's all going to dissolve because it's now being revealed. It's always been here. Now it's being revealed. Okay. And in the revealing, the energy shifts and changes. The energy of the entire planet shifts and changes. Gets lighter, lighter, lighter. That's what's happening. Again, if you don't want to do your work, great. You'll be going somewhere else, okay? But if you want to be on planet Earth, because it's going to be pretty awesome, you have to release this crap and move through the veils. You can't move through them with blackness. Got it? So, all the more and check this out. Right, with our work, you don't have to go through all this intense emotion like I did. Like fucking years of it. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, hang on. What? Okay, hang on. Okay. Oh, there's something here. What is this? Oh. Yeah, here it is. Here's the link if you want to sign up for it. That's tomorrow. Another thing, think about this. Even if you can't make it in person, it still saves you $5 in a month. That's $10 in a year. Guys, I don't do math. Sorry. $60? No, I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, so I don't do math at all. I didn't learn in school, so. What can I say? Okay. Alrighty, raindrop. I just couldn't get it, people. There's I hated school. I quit school. I don't know if y'all know that. I dropped out of school. I never finished school. But this is what I do, okay? You don't need that kind of school for this. Yeah, you want to see the new world, one love. Yeah, here we go. Absolutely, sweetie. And all it takes is facing your darkness. And when I say darkness, people, I don't mean like a bad thing. It's just dark emotions you don't want to feel, you don't want to face, okay? There's shame in there. There's guilt. There's regret. There's feeling victimized. I mean, these are negative emotions that don't feel good, okay? So think about that. Anything that doesn't feel good is a negative, dark emotion. You want to know it, release it so it doesn't exist anymore in your awareness, in your subconscious, okay? So for those who came in a little bit later after I was talking, I just want to share again, because I think it's really important. How I discovered this piece around the emotion, I would work with clients. I would take them into the deep emotions. My workshops, cutting to the core, all those intensives. It was all about getting people to feel, okay? Getting them to go into these deep, deep places. When they did, I saw and watched the energy shift, change, unwind, and clear out. It didn't exist. And then life would change, okay? So I'm not just making this up. I've lived it myself. I still do that process. Okay? When something happens in my world and I have any kind of reaction, I know, there's something still in there I haven't cleared yet. I don't know this one yet. So I'll surrender and go deep. I've had some major shifts happen for me this last year. Profound. So, so it's like you got to go in and you got to feel. Or you come to my clearings and I'll unravel it for you. I mean, how cool is that? Really? Come on. No story, nothing. Just come, sit, lay down, relax, come out of it, shifted, changed. Just like that. Okay? It's easy. Okay. All righty. Okay, hang on. April. Hey, sweetie. April. All righty. April's here. Can ET interferences hinder us from letting go of grudges? Yes. You can have implants in you that will interfere. You can have, not just implants, but you can have devices, mechanisms, activators, timers. You have different things that will keep you from releasing emotions. But the good news is, especially during a clearing, that kind of stuff will be discovered. Because when I'm tracking, I'm looking, what's blocking, stopping, interfering with anyone from dropping in and feeling these emotions. And it doesn't stop me from taking them out of you, even if there are interferences, even if there are implants, devices, mechanisms. I can still go through and release it. So then there's nothing for that device or implant to be holding on to. Okay, but I also oftentimes during the process I am clearing out any kind of interferences from aliens. It isn't just aliens, people. You have no. Think about this: 1%ers, people who own the world. Okay, they are doing things to people all the time. Okay, they have people working, tracking people like us. Okay, to try and block us, stop us. It's happening all the time. One of my accelerators last year, maybe a year and a half ago or so, I was doing a clearing with me, and she found an implant, took it out. I could feel the difference. So, okay, so we don't know when we're, you know what I mean? It's like these people are sneaky. So, again, you got these holding grudges is not something you want to keep carrying over. Also, in the rest of your life, what would it be like if you were no longer having a grudge with anyone? Think about it. How much of your time when you do hold a grudge and something's happened, and you spin it almost every day. If you're OCD, you'll be spinning it all day. Sorry. But it's true. It's true. Okay. Every day, all day long, story, spin. Okay. What do you think that? What do you think that does to your nervous system? What do you think that does to your body? What do you think that does to the well-being of you? Not good. Okay, so we don't want to be holding no grudges. We don't want to be judging people. We don't want to be fault finding. We don't want to be making people wrong. I'm telling you, we live in this body. This is what we feel. When this body has peace, we have happiness, we have joy. We're no longer dancing in the arena of people freaking out and people blaming and, oh my goodness, the sky is falling. No, we're calm, peaceful, relaxed, trusting, knowing, and then just living in a way that we have more fun. Okay? Eat, drink, and be merry. That's what came to me. That's where I live now after going through meaningless and pointlessness for 15 months. That was intense. All righty. Okay. All right, cool. All righty. I'm going to put this here again. If you want to take tomorrow, the GEC is on grudges. And, Nothing to do but relax your body. Gonna fall asleep, no matter, you know. So it's the fast track, people. It's a fast track. What I do is the fast track. Okay. It's going to release stuff, no story, you know, no have to do, and shift change happens permanently. Because once you got it, it's over. You won't be bringing it back in your next incarnation. So think about that. What would life be like if now all of a sudden, rather than all these grudges and all this angst that you're living, now your focus can be somewhere else in your world, maybe something that you really want to create. Maybe something you really want to do, maybe something you want to bring to the world. Okay? You're going to be more able. If you're constantly in a state of anxiety or trauma or grudges, okay, think about it. It kind of takes over your life, so you never become more than what you are. So think about this. What better way to keep people disempowered than keep them from their own personal power? Okay, think about that. Think about that, okay? And that's what's happening for real. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's an actual fact. It's happening. It started way the heck back. It actually think about the Bible, okay? We won't go too deeply into that, but think about it. The high-level teachings were never put in the Bible, that you create your reality 100%. They knew this. They taught this in Egypt, and the initiates that were working with the energy frequencies knew this. Again, you don't give pearls to swine, but the bottom line is everyone creates their reality 100%. If you empower people, then, life changes in a good way, okay? Disempower them, keep them spinning, keep them in suffering for lifetimes. That's what's happening in our world. Okay, hang on, here's a good one. Dark force energies, that's the powers of, that's like the religions. Religions have the belief systems. Religions put in America, okay? Every other country has their own religion, got it? Think about it. Allah, Muhammad, all the different religions. Here we have a different belief system, okay? It's still beliefs, okay? But what's happened is we've created the devil, okay? The devil's bad. The devil's, the bad is bad. The devil's going to talk to you and make you do bad things. The devil didn't do it. You're not saying the devil made me do it. What a way to put it somewhere else and take responsibility. No, the devil didn't make you do anything. Got it? So that's where the dark force comes from. Okay, all those kinds of things, all the things that sprouted from that. Okay, the minions of the devil, and all the different labels for the devil and Satan, all of that, that's religious based. This is why exorcisms, when they are doing exorcism, they're using religions, they're using crosses, they're using holy water, doing all these things because it's still a belief, okay? So that's the dark forces, powers of darkness, Satanism, voodoo, witchcraft, sorcery, wizardry, black magic, all these things are of the devil, of our dark forces, okay? True evil penetrated our world, came into our atmosphere. Okay, it doesn't belong here. It's blackness, it's heartlessness, it's just pure, uncaring, no caring whatsoever. It would destroy you, maim you, cut your heart out and eat it without any kind of feeling and whatsoever. There's no concern, no care for other at all. Okay. It's a different energy and it comes from a different place. Okay, again, dark forces came from religious beliefs. Evil came from another dimension into our world. Now, people seemingly become very evil, but it's still, evil can enter into the body and into people and then causes you to behave and act like you do. Okay, so evil and dark forces are different. Yeah. Okay. Okay, one love. I want to share something with you, girl. Okay? Still a rebel, and you're liking it. Okay, so here's what I discovered, and I'm telling way the fuck back. Okay? I discovered way back in the 80s that my rebel, because I rebelled against don't you tell me what to do, don't do, you know what I mean? I was like, I'll kill, I'll fight, like you. Okay, what I discovered though is, there's an angst in that, there's an emotion in that, and it's not the truth of who I am. So I unraveled my rebel. I don't have that anymore, okay? And I'm not drawing too many situations that I got to rebel against, fight against, be right, okay? None of it's true and real. These are beliefs, people. Proud of your rebel? No, I wouldn't be proud of anything. I just want to be pure love and light, okay? Unconditional love in the heart. That's where I'm living. That's where I'm fully embracing. That's my desire. Pure unconditional love. There's no more poor me. There's no more victim. There's no more rebel. There's no more fight against. There's no more injustice. No. Wake the fuck up, people. All right, I'm going to get going because I have another thing happening. But tomorrow, again, group clearing. Get those grudges out. Okay? Again, you don't have to tell no story. You don't have to get all worked up. All you got to do is relax. Relax. And let shift happen. All right, everyone. Until next time.